Welcome back to the Deep Dig Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew, my other host, right over there.
What's up? It's D. Good to see you again. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. Drop some comments below. Let us know your thoughts. From my standpoint, bird's eye view, there is a rift between Shemar Stewart and the Cincinnati Bengals organization due to some language that the Bengals want to include that is not included in any other rookie deals across this league. It has to do around guaranteed money, but I'm sure we're going to kind of dig into that. Realistically, this is a crazy turn of events here.
Yeah, and I have some of these details right here. So this is going to be a lot, but we need to know the lay of the land for this contract situation. The Bengals are attempting to add language to this rookie contract that would allow them to void previously guaranteed money under specific conditions. This is a departure from previous Bengal contracts where such language wasn't included. Other teams in the league do have this language in their contracts, but the Bengals are now trying to introduce that with starting with Shemar Stewart. They haven't done this in the past. They didn't do it to their previous first round pick. And Shamar's kind of being like, I'm not going to be your guinea pig. And also, it's setting a precedent for future picks for the Bengals. So, I mean, the players should be giving him props for this. And one of the things that I've saw stand out that people really aren't picking up too much is in the language of the contract, it's very loose saying that his entire contract can be voided if he is found to have engaged in conduct detrimental to football, but it's not very specific. It's really broad. What could be detrimental to you is different than what could be detrimental to me. So, what are you thinking on that?
Okay, just take a step back here. I just seen, I think it was today, that the Bengals organization had a press conference. The GM and the owners talked specifically about Shemar Stewart and the contract details. Honestly, it was crazy to see what exactly they were saying. Both of them, I don't know who is advising these people in decision making process. Like, who is telling them that this is good and that we should stick to our guns on this and we should publicly go out and trash our first round pick? So the GM goes out and says, hey, it's advice that Shamar is paying for. It's not advice I would give him. It's not good advice, but like he's gonna do whatever. Eventually, he's gonna come around. Like, basically scoffing at the idea that Shamar is gonna hold out and that he will not be a Cincinnati Bengal. Then you get to the owner, and he's like, "Oh well, like yeah, we're not gonna do that. Like, I'm not gonna pay for this guy to go out and like beat women and to be in jail." And it's like, there's no history with this guy. There's no inkling of Shamar Stewart being anywhere near a bad dude. So I don't get where this is coming from specifically for Shamar Stewart. It's not like they were, yeah, I don't know. It sounds crazy. And looking at the comments on those videos, I don't see one person that is like, this is correct. The Bengals should hold firm on this language. It's pretty wild to me.
Yeah, I don't get the people who are kind of siding with the Bengals here being like, "Oh, Shamar should just sign. Like, what's going on?" Like the the Bengals who have refused to pay Jamar Chase, they've refused to pay Trey Hendrickson, they were refusing to pay T. Higgins. It has been a battle for every single star on that team to get paid. And now a rookie coming in, they're trying to make it so that they can void his contract.
There's a bunch of bootlickers. Like, really, it is. They think it's their money that it's my money. It's not, bro. Shut up. And realistically, the Bengals organization is in this situation because they were cheap on both ends. They were cheap because they didn't want to pay Trey Hendrickson. Instead, they're like, you know what? We'll go out and we'll get a younger guy who's going to do it for cheaper, who's going to be better. We'll reset contracts. And I get that. But then you can't cheap out on the younger, cheaper guy that you are trying to recover from not paying an older vet who's already paid his dues. That's pretty crazy to me that we're going now in on this route of we cheaped out once, we're going to cheap out on the back end. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that the Bengals are known to be cheap. They're known to not want to pay people, and it's just kind of repeating the cycle. Trey Hendrickson, I get it. He's aging. He's in a situation where he signed a contract recently, but when you have Joe Burrow on your team, you have Jamar Chase, and you've doubled down on that offense, your defense kept you out of the playoffs. Your ability non-ability to get a contract done with Jamar Chase kept you out of the playoffs. He was waiting outside of a game thinking, am I going to play today or not? And those are the reasons why your team is struggling. So I don't get the Shemar Stewart hate. I think he's justified in what he's doing and sitting.
Realistic, and this gets to an even crazier story, like realistically, on just kind of bubbling under the surface of Shamar Stewart leaving and being like, okay, I'm just going to go back to Texas A&M and I'm going to work out. And what Shamar Stewart has done to his body since this draft process is going, if he continues to play this right, which I think he is playing this right, it's going to be studied for years. He dropped like 30 pounds. He goes to the combine. He looks faster. He looks like he still holds the power. He's going into the Senior Bowl and he's blowing people off the line still. He's completely shifted his body to being a more dominant pass rusher. And I think that this is going to speak volumes moving forward if he ends up saying like, hey, I will petition to go back to Texas A&M. And I think the NCAA has to really decide, what are they going to do? Like, are they going to side with the player and be like, hey, you know what? We need to we set these guys up for success. We'll go ahead and bring you back into the fold. Or are they going to stand firm with the organization that is their feeder program, which is the NFL, and be like, hey, we're going to set a precedent that you cannot do this. And if they do that and they're saying, hey, you cannot play for Texas A&M, I think Shamar Stewart still is a first round pick next year, if I'm going to be honest. I think he can sit out a year and still come back and be a first round pick.
I think he can. He definitely can. But I think some teams would be like, oh, I don't know. He hasn't played football in a year. And then we just saw the collusion that allegedly went on with the NFL owners. Do they have some sort of loyalty to one of their owners being like, oh, maybe we don't reward this guy for not taking this deal? I can definitely see him going in the first, but I could see him also kind of dropping down to that second, third round range.
Yeah, and on top of that too, wouldn't you also like just kind of want to sock it to the Cincinnati Bengals? If you're like an AFC North team and you're like, yeah, you know what? If I'm the Steelers, I'm like, why not do this? Because specifically, we know that if he does fall out of this process, he does not play this entire year, he cannot go back to the Bengals. That is a team that he cannot be drafted by moving forward. I think if you're an AFC North team, you're like, yeah, I'm going to add insult to injury here. You lost a first round pick, which is crazy. Like, let's just kind of talk about that in a nutshell. They are playing with, it's not house money here. They either need to pay Trey Hendrickson or they need to figure this out with a first round pick. What incompetence are we talking about here? This is crazy. And to just be like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and roll the dice. He can't sit out forever. Honestly, he kind of can.
It's the thing of like, some owners are playing to win and some owners are playing to make money. And clearly the Bengals just want to make money. Otherwise, they would be going all in, paying Hendrickson, getting their first round pick signed, getting a Jamar Chase situation handled before it got out of hand. Like, all these steps could have been handled if the Bengals just actually gave a shit about winning football games.
And that's the things that does like piss me off. It's not even your money. Like, this is money that is given to you by the NFL because of the TV rights deal. So it's not even like the billionaire is going to be paying out of pocket. This is money that's already allocated. So let's go ahead and give it. And I get wanting to be like oh, we're being precautious and things like that. It's a rookie deal. This is already set. Just give it to him guaranteed. What are we even talking about here? If that's what's going to take to get this deal done, just do it.
And the fact of the owner coming out and saying like, "Well, why am I gonna pay someone in prison?" Blah blah blah. If he did something so detrimental to the league, wouldn't you think the league would step in? Like they've stepped in the past and been like, "Hey, maybe not this guy," or suspended him, and then you have probable cause to kind of look into the details of the contract. Like there's ways that you can work your way out of this deal. Like NFL contracts, he's not gonna get a fully guaranteed contract. Like all the money isn't going to be guaranteed. So I don't see where we're taking this stance on like, well, what if he goes to prison? Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, and again, especially a guy that has no like record of this. You know what I mean? I just think at the end of the day, it's going to be very interesting if they cannot get this done by the time the college season starts. Like I'm really interested to see how the NCAA plays it, how he plays it, because that is a huge bargaining chip, and that does set a precedent moving forward for people to push back on incompetent coaches. And we just seen it in another sport in the NBA where Ace Bailey is like, I do not want to go to these specific teams. And the NBA pushed back and was like, oh, you know what? I don't care. You're going to Utah, buddy. Get ready to learn Mormon. Like it, like so. It's very interesting to see the power dynamic and who really does have it and who doesn't.
Especially at a time where NIL money's crazy, where I think he would get a waiver to go back to college and make a couple million and help his team win. Like if Pavia is out there getting another year and junior college is not counting anymore, what's to say that he, who has eligibility left from it within years, I'm saying, of eligibility, not because he went to the draft and he signed an agent and all that stuff. That's why he wouldn't be eligible. Why wouldn't they just be like, well, fuck it. This is good for college football. Let's bring him back.
It's a good team. I mean, this is a team that everyone's really excited about in Texas A&M. It could be interesting. It could be. That's all I'm saying. It could be interesting.
All right. Well, you guys let us know where you sit on this. So you sided with the Bengals or Shemar Stewart. I'm sorry if you're a Bengals fan that you have to go through this, but please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how you're feeling, and we will see you next time.
Later.